What is up, guys? Newest edition of the On the Court in the Booth podcast today. We had a very special guest for you, but that will have to wait one more week until we get you the special guest. The other things that we're going to talk about today, Trey, you just had your birthday. You're the big 2-0 now. We're going to talk about that. Kevin Durant staying in Brooklyn. Chet Holmgren, he got injured. There is so much stuff. The Lakers are trading for Pat Bev. There's a ton of NBA talk we got to get to today. Of course, we got the meditation minute, and we're going to close it out with some Would You Rather.
Hold on. Why are we am I normally on the right side?
Oh, it's because we had that flip in the beginning. There we go. Bang, bang.
Yeah, boom.
Chicken wang.
I want to make sure.
Boom. No, that was perfect. That is the perfect way to send it to the intro.
Yeah. See
All right.
left of our logo here.
Yeah. So, that's what I was about to say too. See, now we got it all squared out. It looks good visually.
That's
10
right.
out of 10.
That's right.
10 out of 10. But that's the On the Court in the Booth podcast. But you know what else is 10 out of 10 times 2? You, sir, are now 20. So the old birthday was Friday, right? Saturday?
Friday.
Last week? Friday,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, Friday. Huh?
The 19th, yep.
The 19th?
Yep. August 19th.
Oh, I thought you meant you turned 19. I was like, I could have sworn you were 20. But anyways, okay. So yeah, so how was your birthday? What'd you do? What'd you get?
It was literally like every other day.
Just every I knew you were gonna give me some crap answer like that.
No, it's not a good answer.
I knew it.
I did ask for. I was talking to my grandma. Of course, I had to get a workout in that day. I was home. We had like 2 weeks. We had like 2 weeks off before we haven't had a practice yet. But we got 2 weeks off. I guess it's a little ramping up. And so I'm thinking during that time, I'm like, yeah, I gotta see, still work out, still be in shape, do all these things. And I was like, you know what? For my birthday, I am going to spend an hour doing nothing. Like, actually nothing. It didn't work out. So I don't know. I guess I don't know. Somehow or another, I didn't get that hour in, so I can't tell you how it went.
That's tough.
But
was that so that like what did you get for your birthday though? Did you get anything cool?
What's things called where you can it's a wireless charge.
Say that again, buddy. You're cutting out. I got a feeling we're about to lose Trey.
Are you there?
Yeah, there we go. Okay, I can hear him. Oh, wait. There we go. Your connection shows yellow. You keep on skipping in and out. Now it's showing 2 bars yellow. We're going in the wrong direction. What a great start to this episode. Do what?
All right, is that better?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I tried a different hotspot location. For those people who don't know, I'm in Fuse Apartments in West Lafayette by Mackey, and it's great apartments, great people, everything. But the one complaint that I have is that their Wi-Fi is garbage. just absolute garbage. It's kind of like how, those airplanes, they advertise that you get Wi-Fi on the plane.
Right, but it's
Never work.
horrible Wi-Fi.
They never work. It's like you don't
Right.
have Wi-Fi. That does not count.
No.
And so
Just
that's the
because
kind of
just
Wi-Fi
because
that
the
they have.
Wi-Fi logo shows up on my phone, that doesn't necessarily
Does not
mean that
mean
I
I
get
have
any
Wi-Fi.
connection at all. Right.
I tell you. And so I'm having to like position my phone. Luckily I have an OtterBox so I can like glue my phone to the wall to hopefully get a
There we
better
go.
signal.
Oh yeah, whatever you just did, your connection is 4 full green bars.
Yeah,
I don't know
just
what you just did,
perfect.
but
I'm
you
telling you,
fixed it looks like.
your phone has to be in this certain specific place and in the space-time continuum for you to have good connection and fuse. So I
It
figured that
looks like we
out.
broke through. You're not even
Yeah.
like skipping around or anything
Yeah, of
anymore.
course
You're
not.
talking
Of course
perfectly.
not.
This is
Of
great.
course not. Because it's in the
This is
ideal
great.
spot. Like if it was like 2 centimeters over, I would have no connection at all. It would say no
Right.
service. So how
Right.
they got that, I don't understand. But it's kind of like T-Mobile connection. It's just like, they say they have it everywhere, but it's not everywhere. It's only the
It's
places
not.
where no one lives.
Exactly. Yeah, pretty much.
So
I remember for a week my dad switched to T-Mobile because he thought
T-Mobile
it could
sponsor us, by the way. Sponsor
switch.
us.
Right.
Yeah.
My dad switched to T-Mobile for a week for our entire family plan. And it was their Wi-Fi was really good, but their service was just like it was not at least in our area. I can't speak in all areas, but in our area where we lived in the middle of nowhere, Indiana, I can say it never worked for us out there like at all.
Never,
We had no
never,
service whatsoever. So we ended up just going straight back to Verizon and trading in. We always had service with Verizon, but yeah, no luck on the old T-Mobile.
yeah.
So, Trey, so there's a lot of stuff going on in the NBA right now, a ton of stuff. And a big thing that's been kind of surfing around is the fact that KD was going to leave the Brooklyn Nets. He had requested a trade, just after Kyrie said that he was possibly going to return. Like, all the chips seem to be falling in, and then all of a sudden KD's out. But now it seems as if KD is staying. The Brooklyn Nets have announced they are not going to be trading him, and he will be staying in Brooklyn for this upcoming year. Obviously, Kevin Durant is one of the best basketball players in the world, and this will affect their team greatly. But how does this affect the rest of the league?
I mean, I don't know if we talked about this specifically last time, but it's like, I mean, they have a championship contender team. When everybody's healthy and everybody's there, I mean, their parts look like one of the scariest teams in the NBA. So, for the longer those parts are together, the more likely it is that they'll end up winning a championship. I mean, you could you could say that about any team, obviously,
Do you
but
think they have the pieces right now to win a title at this moment?
let's see. You have, I mean, when you have Kyrie and KD on a basketball team, like,
And Ben Simmons. I know Ben Simmons
yeah,
can't shoot, but
Ben
he's not going
Simmons,
to need to shoot. He's not
yeah,
going to need to because Kyrie and KD will be shooting
right.
so much
I mean, yeah,
that there's not a need for that. He can just
that's
score
plenty
around the
enough.
basket.
That's plenty enough to win,
Right.
in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah,
Ben Simmons
absolutely.
is debatably the best defensive guard in the NBA,
Yeah.
and he has size, can switch. I mean,
He
we've
can.
seen what Kyrie can do when he's there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
When he's there, Kevin Durant, like
Right.
you said, debatably the best player in the world. So it's like, they have plenty enough to win a championship.
Do you
So,
think, like, where do you, after hearing this news that KD is staying, where do you have them in the East?
so that's what I'm saying. I don't know because it's just like they can be the worst team in the East or they can be the best team. Because it's like, I mean, if Kyrie, decides for some reason, whatever the reason may be, to not be there or he can't be there for whatever reason is, then it's a completely different situation. You know what I mean? Like they could be the best team in the East, or they could be the worst team in the East. So, I mean, I think most teams have to worry about like injuries and stuff, but um, like I said, for some reason or another, this team has had to worry about more than that. So, it's really just they have all the right pieces. It's just if the stars kind of align this year and it's the right situation for everybody there.
Absolutely. Well, we've talked about the East, as you mentioned. Now we're going to flip out to the West. And one of the most promising rookies, if not the most promising rookie from this class, Chet Holmgren, he will be missing the entire 2022 to 2023 season with a right foot injury. And this comes right as the season is about ready to start. I know that you are a guy who went through this where right as the season was about ready to start, you had the injury and everything last year. How does this affect an athlete as you've prepared so hard and worked your tail off up to this point and you're right here at the edge of the season, and then this devastating news you get is that you won't be able to play the entire season? What is that like as an athlete?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is he's still getting paid. So I mean, he's
Sure.
still, you know what I mean. So he's
Oh
still,
yeah, he's getting his.
yeah, he's getting his, which is just
Yeah.
fine. But from I guess the mental side, obviously want to go out there and play. But I think it's a great decision because it's like, this is a obviously huge asset that they have on their team that they got to pick,
Yep.
and
Shouldn't have been there at 2.
there's
I'm just
no
gonna say that.
there's no need to rush things. You know what I
Sure.
mean? There's no need.
Well, and they're already in a rebuild
There.
stage too.
Huh?
I said,
Oh
that's
yeah,
what
right.
I was agreeing with you. They're not in a
Right.
rebuild stage, so it's not like this is a do or die moment. You got to win now. Your oldest player is what your oldest star player is SGA, and he's extremely young. You've got Chet now, a plethora of draft picks coming up in the next several years. I mean, what do they have? Like they have like 13. No, I don't think it's that much. I think it's like 10 first round picks over the next like 8 drafts. Like it's ridiculous. They just
Yeah.
loaded up on all these picks. So they've got they've got the numbers. They're building something here. You can clearly see it. So I agree with you 100%. There's right now is not the time to rush. Right now is the time to, take these precautions, heal up for this season, because regardless, Chet's a baller. The guy can hoop and he's going to do that. He's going to show up and he's going to do his thing. So whether if that's this year or whether if that's next year, the guy can hoop and he's going to play basketball at a very high level and be, I think, great for this team. So speaking of great, I got a notification the other day and it was a real head scratcher. I'm heated about this.
He's pretty one-sided on this issue.
I'm very one-sided on this. I have a feeling you're going to disagree with me on this, but the Lakers are in a situation where last year they came up with this whole entire team full of former All-Stars, like just complete guys who 5 years ago were insane, incredible, and awesome, and still are really awesome and could kill me in a basketball game. But as for pros, they're not on the higher skill. They're getting up there in the age, and that was kind of their knack for last year. And this offseason, they've went after 0 superstars. They've done nothing to try and attract anybody in. They were kind of in the talks for Kyrie for a minute, but then, shimmied out of that. So I see all this. I'm like, okay, well, maybe, last year they were all just hurt. They're trying to build something here. And then I get a notification on my phone that the Lakers have made a trade. And I look and it says Pat Bev for Talen Horton Tucker. And they traded one of their young assets for an older player. And I have nothing against Pat Bev. I love Pat Bev, his style of play, the intense and just furious way that he plays basketball is really awesome to watch. He plays with so much passion. It is a blast to watch that guy play basketball. But it doesn't make sense to me because you tried the old thing last year and it did not work. Like it blew up in your face really bad. Everybody got hurt. It just didn't work. It flat out just tanked. And I feel like this is a move to push toward that even more. And it's like, the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, this is broke and you gotta fix it. And I just felt like this was not a fix it move. Your reaction to the trade, sir? After my rant.
Let me look up Patrick Beverley's 3-point percentage. Just for this. It says for his career he's almost 38%, 37.8%. That's actually
Nice percentage.
Yeah. It's pretty. I mean, I actually like the move.
You liked it? Okay.
I completely disagree with White on this one. I think that, it's kind of a situation where it is like Wyatt said, it's do or die. And it's like you have LeBron, you have Anthony Davis. I mean, it's the same thing as the Nets. It's like you're going all in right now. To me, you don't need another superstar. It wasn't a superstar that it was the reason that they didn't work out last year. It was that they had a bunch of parts and they didn't know how to use them. There wasn't a lack of talent on the Lakers. Now you could say there's a lack of the right talent, or you could say there's a lack of you know situations and what people want to do. That's what people don't understand about basketball. It's not, you know, there's some players. You've got your LeBron James. You've got your, you know, Luca. You've got your. There's different players, and KD's a great example because he can do a little bit of everything. But if you put those players on, a team, they're going to be the star of the team. And so you have to build your team around those guys. And it's like Russell Westbrook, like you can say two superstars, this, that, and the other. He just doesn't fit with LeBron James. He just doesn't. That doesn't mean Russell Westbrook's a bad player. He goes to another team and he's the best player on the team and you're building the team around him. So I think
he was dominant in Washington just before he came to LA.
Right. People get those confused, and it's like, it's not. He didn't drop off. It was just he's in a different situation, and so there's going to be different outcomes based on that. And the same thing happened with Melo. I think that the analytics came out, and they decided that his mid-range post game, they didn't want a lot of those shots. That doesn't mean he can't hit those shots anymore. Trust me, Melo can still hit the exact same shots. Maybe he's lost a little athleticism, but like he's still like Carmelo Anthony. Trust me, if he went to open gym, he'd be amazing. So, like, you just have to understand players have to evolve towards the game, and different teams have different schemes that they're trying to go for as well. And to me, the Lakers trading for Beverly was a good move because I feel like it addresses, you always need more defenders on your team, and you didn't need like what is Horton Tucker, like what is his giant impact that he's bringing to the Lakers right now that they can't find in somebody else?
Oh no, definitely not. There's definitely not a huge impact there. He has a little bit of an impact, but it's not huge. Yes.
And so to me, the value that, yes, if you brought in Steph Curry to the Lakers, it would be amazing. But you're not going to get Steph Curry in the Lakers, right?
Right.
And so like getting somebody who, we just looked at the percentages. He's good 3-point shooter, just like whatever, and
he'll hit his open shots. The stuff that
matters. Another guard, and for that, it's an off-ball guard. He doesn't always have to have the ball, and generally, LeBron having the ball as much as he does, it doesn't interfere with as much as is what LeBron's going on. Now the real thing is what do the Lakers do with Westbrook now? That's the real situation.
So do you think it'll be Pat Bev at the 1 and Westbrook at the 2?
I would have liked if the Lakers traded Westbrook for Pat Bev and some other assets. That's what I would have liked.
And kept Talen Horton Tucker.
No, I mean, sure.
I just felt.
I was just saying that the hypothetical scenario, but
I just feel like they could get a little more for Westbrook than Pat Bev. Do you think?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Obviously, his stock is not huge.
You're getting Pat Bev and some other assets. I completely agree with you, but I'm just saying that kind of eliminates the, what's going to. Like, what's the fit with LeBron and Westbrook? What's the fit with LeBron and Westbrook? That eliminates that. I mean, to me, I would love to see, Pat Bev start with LeBron and then Westbrook come off the bench. I would love to see that.
That would be awesome. Westbrook,
but
the sixth man of the year, sounds
it's the same thing. You're not, because of egos and because of other situations that I don't think that that's just a possibility. But like I said, I could be wrong, But I think that, like I said, because Westbrook's making what he's made, because of the player that he is, and the player that he's going to go down as, that he's not going to come off the bench. And so, I mean, and maybe maybe he shouldn't come off the bench, but I just think that the fit with LeBron, there's a struggle there, and I think that you know Pat Bev doesn't fix that, but I think he adds value to the team. I think he adds more value than uh, Horton Tucker does. So
Absolutely sure. Um, Still speaking about the Lakers, to a different Laker legend now. Wednesday was 8/24, which is Mamba Day, and it had me thinking of the question here for you, Trey. Which version of the Black Mamba was better? Which one do you prefer, 8 or 24?
prefer and better are two different things.
Okay, let's do both. Let's do both. Which one do you prefer and which one do you think is better?
Um, I mean, I guess it's cheating a little. I would say like the young 24. I would say
Young
the young
24
24.
is
No, I
is
don't
who
have
you
the
favor?
again. I don't have the stats right in front of me, but I'm assuming when a player has a little bit of that kind of athleticism still in him from his younger years, but also like has more of the knowledge of being a veteran. Like I would assume that'd be your best time to play. Like I said, I don't have the stats right in front of me, but again, best, most talented, most effective. Those are all different questions, but I would pick that Kobe Bryant as as I guess the one I'm going to pick, or the one that's in my eyes the one I'd go to.
Yeah. I would I would say if I had to say which one was better, I would say that as a basketball player, I think 8 was a better basketball player because he was younger, more athletic, all that stuff. But I prefer 24, and it's a bias reason, honestly, but it's mainly just because I watched 24. I never really watched 8. So,
Hmm.
just, being born in 2002, there wasn't much of 8 to catch there. I don't even know when did he switch? He
Oh,
switched in what? I think he switched in '05, didn't he?
I don't know
Let me look that up.
exactly. I think
And
I don't know if it's another thing I don't always talk about, but I'm not a Kobe fan.
yeah, I know that. I don't know if we've talked about this,
Yeah,
but like on here. But yeah, I did not I didn't know that before you told me, and I was shocked whenever you did tell me.
yeah.
Let's see. After 10 years, Bryant wanted a fresh start, so he began wearing 24. The number he'd worn as a freshman in high school. Bryant put on a show at the slam dunk contest in 1997. Even as a rookie, 8 was too much. When does it? What year? It was oh 06, oh 07. Yeah, it was right after Shaq left, and
It
he
like I
wanted the
said,
fresh start
it
there.
might have been. I have
I
no
think
idea.
I think that's what it was. The switch might have been before Shaq, but I'm pretty sure that it was right as Shaq right as Shaq left the Lakers and went to the Heat. I'm pretty sure that's when he made the change. He was like, okay, this is my fresh start. But anyways, yes, back to what I was saying. I am more biased toward the 24 side just because I got to watch the 24 side. But so like I said, I think 8 is better, but I prefer 24. And back to what you were saying as well, you don't like Kobe, right? What give your I don't know if we've talked about it on here yet. Give your reasoning.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a difference between liking and respecting. I respect Kobe.
Absolutely.
There's some things that he stood for. I mean, he had those. I don't know how much. What was it? I don't know if it was an abuse charge. What was that
He
situation?
had the sexual assault um case at the beginning of his career. Well, it was like beginning middle, and basically he had been cheating on Vanessa with this other girl, and then she had came out about it, and then there was a lot of stuff involving it. I don't know all of the exact details, but that's what I know just off my mind. And then I know in the end he settled in court and just gave her money to let the whole situation go away. And then Kobe gave Vanessa like a $8 million ring the next day when she found out about him. That was his gift to her, was that ring. And
I mean, so I guess again, there's some qualities that I respect. There's some qualities I like about Kobe, but again, there's a difference between like and respect. What he's done for the game of basketball, the knowledge that he's given people, and what he stands for in basketball is something that I don't know if there's going to be another player that stands for something. The Mamba mentality. Like I don't know if
right.
anybody else is going to bring that to the table for basketball, especially not in that particular way. But as a player, like I'm just not like I'm so much more, I guess, LeBron minded, not personality, but player wise, so much more LeBron minded, where he was just too much like getting his shots, like shooting when there's two people on you, like running away from the basket is just not a good shot to me. And so like the percentages don't say it, like it doesn't matter. I know we talked about like I practice this many times in the gym, how am I going to trust people who don't? It's not like to me it's not a trust thing. It's this guy shoots, 30 whatever percent from the 3-point line, and you're shooting a step back when there's 2 to 3 people on you. Like that's not a good shot. So however you want to, take that. I didn't like that part of the game. It's hard for me to sit there and watch and relate to because I just don't even like that doesn't make sense to me. But like I said, that doesn't mean and the same thing with the mom mentality, mental toughness. I think there's a part for mental toughness in basketball. I think there's a part for mental toughness and just personal growth and development. But I also think that the Mamba mentality or mental toughness or wherever you want to call it also holds a lot of people back too. I think that, not resting or not having a balance in your life or putting everything into something hurts many people in basketball as well and in life in general. And so, like I said, there's things that, I really respect about Kobe. And really like about Kobe. But then there's some things that, I either don't like or, I don't think would be good for somebody learning the game of basketball to see. So I guess that's my spiel about Kobe.
There we go.
But yeah.
Well, you know what, Trey? You know what will calm you down from your rant more than anything else on earth? You know what it is?
I do know.
It's the meditation minute. And
yeah.
Speaking of, here we go. Trey, pick a number.
4.
It's 3.
That's unfortunate.
Well, you know what corresponds with that, though?
What?
We got 3 awesome and I do mean awesome would you rather questions before we close out the show here.
What
Ready
a
to
segue.
jump into those?
We've talked
Right?
about this so many times. Why? I mean, just incredible segue, just out of nowhere.
Right.
Just
Right. You just, I didn't even, I'm not even lying to you. I
smooth,
really
smooth.
did roll a 3. I swear to God. And I was just like, hey, I got 3 would you rather questions. That's a 3. Bang.
Yeah.
At least I'm good for something. But I'm just kidding. So our first would you rather question, and this is one that I found online, and I loved this one because I got stumped. I love would you rather questions whenever you're just like stumped because that's the perfect one. You can't choose. It's my favorite. So my question for you, sir, the first
Hold
would you
on.
rather of the
Why?
night.
Is Leroy on tonight?
No, I don't think. Not tonight. Let me see. Should we have him on? Should I call him?
Yeah, bring him up. Bring him up. We'll postpone the would you rather's, and same with Leroy. We got to have a lessons with Leroy segment.
Right. Hey, we're on the court in the booth right now. We're literally live. I have you up to the mic. Do you want to come on the show right now?
Sure.
All right, I will send you the link right now.
Okay.
All right, join quick.
Wow.
Love you, bye.
So hold on.
Let's go.
Before we start, should I talk about where I saw Leroy?
Yes. What you need to do, just be like, Leroy, I heard you got spotted. Just do that.
When he comes on?
Yeah.
We'll
send
see.
him the link right now. Okay. Let's see. Invite
No,
guest.
not a lot of people. I mean, what astute detective work by me. I mean, no one knows where this guy Leroy is, but I found him. Now, I'm not going to tell you whether I found him like in person or, somebody sent me a video of him or like he's on.
I just looked down on my phone. I won't say what it was, but I was just standing there. I looked down on my phone and I'm like, oh, it's Leroy.
What?
When you texted me about it. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh.
What's up?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, man. There it was. That delay.
Okay.
That was incredible.
That delay.
Hey, mom said that she'd let you use dad's computer for the next time you were on. The next time you're on, I'll first off, I'll give you more of a heads up. That's my bad. And then you can use dad's computer because this just ain't working out, compadre.
Hold on, Wyatt. You're putting Leroy's parents, which also happen to be your parents,
correct,
which also is putting you in danger right now. Because how would Leroy have access to his parents' computer?
Oh no. Well, mom and dad ride out to the warehouse that Leroy hides.
So basically, you can interrogate their parents if you want to figure out
to find Leroy. But here's the deal,
Oh, there it is. So
James locations.
Leroy,
there we go.
Why was so you were spotted the other day?
I was spotted.
You were
spotted by Mr. Trey.
Okay, so it was me. I will admit that I did spot Leroy, and because I was actually hiding in the bushes with some binoculars and
with the FBI.
No, not with the FBI. I had to make it a private matter. What are those called? The ghillie suits. I had a ghillie
suits. Leroy has one.
And of course he does. Of course he does.
Of course he does.
But why wouldn't he have one? And so,
dude, I don't know where to. I'm not kidding.
I spotted him, but I just want you to know that Leroy confirmed because I was about to send in, one of those videos. It's like videos of like the alien footage. Like no one would believe me that I saw Leroy. And so the fact that he just confirmed it here.
I get this picture in my phone. You can see Leroy right there.
Wow.
In his green.
Wow. And it was this is at Planet Fitness.
Who are you with? Is that Dalton?
Why you don't realize like
Dalton and Joe.
there's some people that'll take that photo and like shrink it down and be like, this certain machine's only brand numbers only at this certain gym in
Backwards.
the world. And so Leroy was just spotted. So the feds are on you now, Leroy.
He said, "Uh-oh, the
Can't
police
get
have found him." I tried to show that to the camera, but it was backwards.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
So Leroy,
we
we're
need to
having
help
lessons
the
with
would you
Leroy.
rather.
Yeah, we're having lessons with Leroy here at the end of the show, but we're doing a Would You Rather segment. I've got 3 questions, and they're basketball related, so you clearly know
Uh-oh.
more about that than me and Trey combined. So we're very excited to get your answer on some of these. The first one,
I
and
should
Leroy will have you go
plug in my
first.
phone real quick.
Do what?
Probably plug in my phone real quick.
You got to plug in your phone?
I should probably plug in my phone. I gotta plug in my phone.
What is happening?
What a
right now?
menace.
Like, he's just like, hey, I know you're right in the middle of your podcast, but just stop real quick.
Yeah,
Let me
wait.
just.
We'll wait
I know
for it.
we're
We've got
live and
nothing
we're
else.
going here, but just stop for a second. Let me just charge my
You
phone
can-
real quick.
You can continue on camera for a second.
Hold the
You're good.
production. Okay, we'll just have Trey goes first. We're skipping Leroy for a minute. Trey, the first question, sir.
Let's take
Would
the
you
best to
rather
last.
have? Huh? Exactly. Would you rather have great uniforms? And okay, would you rather have great uniforms, a bad stadium and bad court, or great stadium and court and terrible uniforms? So you either play in a trash bin and look nice, or you play in a nice facility and look like a trash bin.
Dude,
That's
this
your
one
choice.
is so easy for me.
Really?
This one is like the easiest question maybe we've done all day for me.
Okay.
What is your choice? So do you think I should reveal it, what I think, or do you think you should go?
I'll just toss out there. I was gonna say great stadium and court and bad unis because I don't really care about unis. I'm not trying to play on the Dawn shampoo. You know, there's still a harpoon sticking out of the backboard. I'm not trying to play on that court and look nice, you know, because who's gonna come there and watch? There's health hazards at that place, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I'm not going. You get Ebola if you go there. That's not happening.
Yeah.
So
So
I'd rather play in a really nice facility and wear crappy uniforms because then my team would just get on Twitter and troll the owners, and then they just change our unis anyway.
yeah. So first off, my thoughts exactly. I don't care what I look like, and so the court actually matters in basketball, and it's not, I'm not saying like, you play on one court, you're gonna be LeBron James, but the court does matter, just like the field ball, and different sports have the racket matters in tennis.
Right.
The same thing with basketball. And so if you're playing, and like, I don't know, like if you play basketball, you'll know what I'm talking about. I know, my grandpa always tells a story that he could only dunk at one gym. He could only dunk
Really?
at, like,
And is that true, or is he like just
Force
kidding
gym.
around?
No, he's there was something about the floor of the gym floor, and I don't know if it was put under these it was the way, I don't know, it was the way it was designed, and it was like extra springy, the floor was. He said it's the only time he could ever dunk. And so that their team would root, and this was in college, their team would root for, they couldn't wait to go to that gym because they could actually dunk on that goal.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. So he talks about that story a lot, and I'm sure, like, if we're talking about NBA teams, like, there's not going to be that much of a difference, depending on, like, both courts you go to are going to be nice. But yeah, like, to me, the court matters. If it's not obviously if it's outside and if it really matters, but like, depending on the ball that you're shooting with, depending on, how much of the crowd you can see, like behind you in the glass. Like, that's something that I've had to get used to because of, college basketball now. Whereas in high school, like, I was only seeing, like, if you think about Silver Creek's gym, I was seeing a concrete wall.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I'm shooting free throws or I'm, almost anywhere on the court, I'm seeing a concrete that's, behind the glass. But you go
Right.
to Banker's Life, where he played in state, and you're seeing the crowd. You're seeing the scoreboard's reflection.
What was that transition like? Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. What was that transition like from going from shooting free throws to literally you had a stadium, or like not a stadium, a stage where the band was? What was it like from playing and like shooting free throws in front of a band or a cement wall to Banker's Life, a professional sports stadium? What was that transition like? Was there a huge difference there? How does that affect your mind in that situation?
Well, first off, can you guys hear me? You guys are both kind of cutting out on my end at least.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, and you can see me fine.
Well, we know
Yeah.
Leroy's cutting out. That's nothing new.
Yeah, it's nothing new there. Okay,
Leroy's
so,
always cutting out, man.
Yeah, well, I can say that, and my head coach would say the same thing. Coach Hoffman said the same thing. Those were our state games were two of the worst games that a team that I've been on has played in, according to where our potential was at that moment of my career.
Do you agree with that? I know you said your coach said that. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm not saying that's because of the different basketball, the different core, the different rules. Like we had, this is kind of going a little bit off topic, but we had media timeouts when we didn't have media timeouts the entire year.
Really? I didn't even know you all had media timeouts.
Yeah, we had media timeouts. We had there's different there's banker rule. They had their own rules.
How does that work? Like if there's a dead ball, they're just like, "Hey, media timeout, real quick."
Yeah, I mean it's just like it's a college or professional game.
That is wild. That's pretty awesome.
But in high school, you don't have media timeouts, and so it was just different. That's just
I know. I remember Dave Sockel going through our ad listing book, flying through that thing during like timeouts, any of that stuff. Dave would go nuts on that thing the whole way down.
Yeah. And so I mean it's the same thing, and don't get me started on IHSA and high school basketball in Indiana, and we've already had those.
We've had those discussions before. Right.
Like in regionals where you play 2 games in one day, that's just dumb. Like it makes no sense. You don't do that any other day of the year. It doesn't show who's the better basketball team. It doesn't show.
Right. You got to win in the morning and you got to win at night, and then you go on.
Like it doesn't consider it. Like it doesn't matter. Like, are we playing or like what are we doing now? Like
right, and there's just that whole intermission segment in the middle between especially if you play the first game.
It's supposed to be high school
basketball. Right. Especially if you play that first game, I guarantee you that there have been so many basketball players who have left, got stuffed, went home and ate a bunch because they played a basketball game, came back and felt totally sick because they had a weird 5-hour break in between their games. Or not even that, it was 8 hours. Some of them were, some of those were long breaks. Blake went golfing one time during our break.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He had time to get a round of golf in and eat.
Yeah,
we ate too.
That's crazy for 2 reasons. The fact that he's that risky, and the second fact is the fact that he can get a round of golf in that amount of time. He must be amazing.
No. Nowhere near it.
Okay,
actually.
well I guess
so.
So either some magic happened that day, or he was doing a lot of pickups.
Oh, it was a lot of pick. It was a lot of drops actually because he hit the ball in the lake. Yeah,
a lot of drops. I'm just gonna drop
exactly.
The ball by the whole
right. So Leroy, would you rather have good uniforms and a bad stadium, or would you rather have a good stadium and a good court and bad uniforms?
Probably good stadium. I can think of it as I can think of it as a stand for, more people would want to then go to a terrible stadium, good uniforms. People wouldn't really. There's going to be people who are going to be like, "Oh my God, the uniform." Nobody's really going to care if the team, they care if the court, if the like the facilities.
So,
That's the only thing I
We're
can
just
think.
catching every other word. It's skipping all over the place. I
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
hear you very
Leroy is like
well.
every third or fourth word.
Right.
But he does bring. He actually does bring a great point here that we didn't mention, and it's the fact that like the way that for example, Matt, the way that it's built is perfect for fans. You know what I mean? Like the way that
right,
it,
because it's up.
is
Like
designed.
it goes.
Yeah, it goes up, but it's and when we're talking about a good stadium is in like not that it holds a lot of people. For example, let me make these two comparisons. The Yum Center is supposed to be one of the best college basketball stadiums, and then you have Mackey. Now, as far as technology, as far as maybe even comfortability, the Yum Center is much better. It's got better, all the thing, better restaurants.
They got like padded seats in that thing.
Padded seats, better this, better that. Great for, comfortability. But there is no player that would rather play in the Yum Center than Mackey. There's no way. There's no way.
It's true.
It's just
the environment at Mackey's huge.
The environment's different. And that's also because of Big Ten basketball, but it's also like it's compact and designed in a way that fits, a place where you have, fans that really want to, I guess, show their appreciation. It's designed to be loud. It's designed to give fans a way to influence the game per se. And so that right. actually makes a big deal on the outcome of a game. There's a reason that I think in Mackey, we have like a 98% win percentage in Mackey. And I think that's part of the reason why. Like, we don't lose home games because of the fans that come out, because of the environment that they have.
Right. It's definitely intimidating. It's crazy. I want to go up there and catch one of those games. That would be crazy. But my next would you rather question for you, and we'll start with Trey. Would you rather have a posterizer in a rival game, so just go up and just dunk on somebody right in a rival game, or have a game winner in a conference regular season game?
I'm still picking the game winner.
You're still picking the game winner?
Yeah.
But, dude.
Poster dunks don't mean
yam
anything.
on somebody.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean anything to me. It's cool, but it's like whatever.
You got to feel good after that, though, right? Like, you got to kind of, the shoulders got to shrug a little bit after, right?
You feel great, but then it's like you're going back and playing defense, and then you still have a game to play. When you hit a game winner, it's like, no, it's over. Like, you lost.
It's like, I ended that.
Like,
yeah. Go pack up the buses, boys.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it's like. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I was going to. Right, I was gonna go with the posterizer.
It's literally the drop the mic moment.
Yeah, but after hearing you say that, you've convinced me. I'll take game winner as well.
Leroy, what's your
would you rather posterize somebody?
I posterize solely because break their game anyway. Posterize them a couple times up front. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Say it. Okay. Say it again.
Dude, I'm telling you, posterize a couple of times right at the start in the game anyway. So it doesn't matter. Just crush this man.
It's just one poster dunk.
Yeah, it's just one poster dunk. You go up and you just dunk on somebody one time.
Here's my counter to that. I think it's more like not intimidating, but what's the right word? Annoying or like embarrassing. I don't know what the right word I'm looking for is here. If like you lose on a last second shot It's like your team gave it your best, but it's still like you still lost. It's the same reason that I rarely trash talk. Because it's just like, how frustrating it is when you're playing against somebody and they're doing all the little things. They're like they get a steal. Like imagine getting a steal and it's the most athletic guy ever. He lays the ball up and then he's playing pressure defense full court. You know what I mean? Like that would be so frustrating to me. Because he has no, like it's almost like he doesn't care about it's the fact that he doesn't care. He doesn't care about, your feelings. He doesn't care about, he not that he doesn't care about his team, but it's not about that. It's about winning the game.
Right.
Like to me, that's so much more intimidating when somebody doesn't when somebody trash talks me. It's like great. It's like great because now you're not playing your game, and I'm gonna play my game.
Right.
It's like whatever.
Right.
And it gives me motivation, gives me fuel. So it's just like trash talking helps me. It's the people that
fuel
are
that fire. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's great. So, but that's my outlook.
So, our final. Oh, go ahead, Leroy.
Is this better? Can you hear me better? I took my. I thought that would be better, but it probably was worse.
It's
It may be a
better.
little bit. Yeah, it's a little better.
It's a little
Anything
better.
that we can get. I mean, listen. There's only so much we're going to be able to get connection wise in this isolate.
True.
In this closed location type of place
that I'm hiding in right now. Exactly.
Yeah, like people don't realize, like Leroy's underground right now. Like
and Kevin and the deer.
Like just because that there's a window right there, like outside could be a concrete slab, and he's actually just made up the entire room to make it seem like he's above ground.
Exactly. Well, no, old 55 Chevy, when you pop the hood, it goes into a boat. Just kidding. Why would I just close my location?
Yeah. All right, I caught like 1/4 of the words there. Yeah. We're just gonna move on to the next would you rather question here.
Would you rather question?
The other question, Trey, we'll start with you. And this is the hardest one for me. Would you rather ensure overtime or go for the win and risk losing? So let's say you're down by 2.
I'm going for the
You're win. Going for the win. You're going for the 3 every time. Easy. Really?
Now, okay.
Just gung-ho.
Now, I will say this. It does depend on the situation because, I'm trying to, figure out a situation. Say you have 7 seconds left and you're down by 2. Okay, let's say you have 15 seconds left, down by 2, and you have the ball half court. You're looking for either one. You're looking for a quick layup if possible or an open 3.
Right.
So you're looking for whatever the best shot is in that case and live with the outcome. Right? But there's other situations where it's like, say you only have 0.1 seconds, or not 0.1 seconds, 0.2 seconds, or we'll go half a second, just so you can get the shot off, right? And you're saying that, are you asking me if the 2's guaranteed? Like, is it a guarantee that I can go to overtime, or is it?
Yes.
Oh, it's a guarantee that I can go to overtime.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, ensure that you're going to go to overtime. Like, I'm talking. Obviously, it's not a guarantee. You still got to make the shot, but it's an open layup to the basket.
Yeah.
Or a open or
like
possibly contested 3.
In football, kicking the extra point instead of going for 2 or something.
Or going for 2.
Yeah.
Essentially. It's that question, but in basketball.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I'm playing 2K, I'm definitely going for the 3. But
everybody is.
Yeah, everybody's going for the 3. You're playing Madden.
Everybody's going for the 3. The only time I ever hit it, though, is whenever my foot's on the line and it only counts as a 2. That's the only time it ever drops for me.
That's right.
It's like crap.
Right.
I hate when that happens, dude.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens. I had that happen to me the other night, actually. I was so mad.
So unfortunate. Yeah, if it's guaranteed, it's guaranteed. Because you got to think about it. Like, to me, if it's guaranteed you're down points, and to tie it up, you're gaining points for sure. And the odds that you hit a 3 are, Steph Curry's best year in the world and shoots what, 40%? Around 40%?
43%.
43%. But he's still missing more than he takes. So you have a guaranteed situation that you're gonna tie, and you can change the outcome, or 43%, and it's you're gonna miss more of those than you're gonna make. So that's my, I guess, 2 cents on the matter. But what about you?
In these type of situations, my heart would tell me to play a conservative, get the basket, live to fight another day. But I'm telling you right now, if I am, and I don't play basketball, but I'm just saying, if I am ever in a situation at a church league basketball game,
yes,
and I'm running toward the basket and the timer is ticking down and I've got a wide open layup, but I look to my right and a good shooter, a reliable shooter is at the 3, I'm dishing that every time. Every time. If it's a good option and it's there,
now, okay,
and there is a genuine shot he could hit it, then I'm dishing it. If it's not and it's a guaranteed 2, I'm taking the layup all day.
No, okay. Now, I feel like the odds in that's a little bit different because, is that layup a guarantee?
Yeah, I'm saying like if I'm on like a fast break and it's a 2-on-1 situation. Well, we lost Trey. Leroy, are you still here? You look frozen.
Here.
You're here, but basically not here, right?
I'm here. Right here.
Well, until we get Trey back, Leroy, what do you think? Would you rather ensure overtime, or would you just, to the wall, bang, go for the win? Oh, we're getting a call from Trey here.
All the way.
What's up, buddy?
My computer just died.
Oh, your computer just died.
Yeah, how unfortunate is that?
Well, Leroy, can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear him.
All right, well, Trey, we'll just finish out the podcast here. So we'll have Leroy answer real quick. Leroy, what were you taking?
I was taking the 3, bro. All the way.
Taking the 3 all day. I agree. If it's there, I'll take it. But the show is short-lived in the end because Trey, his back died. Very, very unfortunate event. But Trey, before we close it out, as I'm looking, and my co-host is currently Leroy, not Trey Kaufman. That's a new site. But Trey, any closing words for us?
Nope, not really.
Nope, not really.
Thanks for thanks for tuning in. I actually had a story that I wanted to share, but we might save that for next time.
You want to save it for next time? Leroy, can you hear him well? If you want to tell it, you might want to. You can do it now.
No, it's just I had one of my teachers today. We were doing 2 truths and a lie, and he was talking about how I guess one of the truths was he's won 9 chess national championships.
What?
Like, what a menace! It's like, dude, why are you teaching?
What a man! Absolute.
He's a menace.
What a menace! I know you can't hear right now. Leroy's laughing. He said, "What a menace!"
It's like Andrew Tate's dad.
What a guy.
The brilliance of winning 9. You know how much I had to pull back from asking him what his opening schemes were? Do you know how much I had to pull back from, asking how he counters the Sicilian defense?
Right, you were jonesing for answers to how to beat people at chess, and that'll be the third world-renowned talent of Trey Kaufman.
That's right, because what was more important that day? Reading Immanuel Kant's philosophy, which Immanuel Kant's a great.
Leroy's like, Immanuel what?
Yeah, exactly.
I know what a manual engine is.
Yeah.
Engine.
Again, it's sarcastic. Manual Kant's a great.
Manual. She just corrected me. Manual transmission.
But the chess was way more important. during that time. So I guess I'll have to ask him. Let's see. Well, I guess tomorrow's Friday, so I have to ask him Monday, unfortunately. But
Dang. So we'll have to wait until Monday to get
You
our
have to
answer. But
wait.
once we do,
You have to
ensure
wait.
yourself.
I'll let you guys know what I find out.
Okay, we'll keep you updated here with the On the Court in the Booth podcast. And Trey, thank you, sir, for a great episode today. We're closing out. I believe this is episode 18 now. And yeah, what a lovely story to send us out there, sir.
Yep. Of course.
All right, sounds good. Well, guys, we appreciate you for listening as always. Leroy, thank you for being on. And yeah, we'll see you next time on the Court in the Booth podcast.